So there have now been multiple studies indicating that young men, and I'm talking about the ages when they're like...
point by point as you're bringing these things up? Can I address them as you bring them up?
Sure.
Because each of these things have layers to them.
They do.
Young
so
men.
I'm going to give you...
first. Let's talk about them.
We're going to talk about young men first, and this has to do with their sexual activity.
Yes.
So
you need to define young so we can...
Yes, I am.
Good point.
So let me do it uninterrupted so I can get it out.
Okay.
Yeah, good Lord, can y'all shut up?
Indiana University, for instance, did a study, and they found in their study of men between the ages of 18 to 24. So we're talking about the time when they like really want to get it on usually, right?
Yes.
Only one in 3 of them reported no sexual activity in the past year. 1 in 3.
Yeah.
So 1/3 of young men in that age group, no sex at all.
Yeah.
And I want to know why.
What's the comparison point? Like, what happened 20 years ago?
What was it?
Yeah, 20 years ago, what was the rate?
I don't know the comparison rate.
I promise you it was higher 30 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Published in the Archives of Sexual Behavior, the study is the first to include such a comprehensive assessment of diverse sexual behaviors. The information came from U.S. participants ages 14 to 49 during 2009.
14 to 49.
Yeah.
2009?
No, between 2009 and 2018. So this is a long-term study that they did.
So, and by the way, it's worse since COVID.
Yes.
COVID
Okay.
made it
Oh,
worse.
yeah, completely.
Yes. So there have been other studies showing that this was even more pronounced after COVID.
What's the mechanism there?
Really, before you go,
Many.
doctor, can I just say one quick thing?
Please.
I blame feminism. Listen, Tinder just put out a height filter. What I can say about this
Girl,
dating
that is
market
not feminism.
is
Women hating on the short kings is not
but
feminism.
women believing that they should be empowered enough that they can create their own custom-built men, that they deserve everything, don't need to work for anything, whereas men, they need to build up their income, their body,
Hey, preach it.
their physique,
Their height.
their personal development. Apparently, that's the one thing they can't build up, right? This dating market is totally rigged for women, and I think that's why guys aren't getting laid.
Of course, you're not against them doing that, but as soon as we put in a weight requirement, we're the bad guys. Imagine you can get on Tinder and be like, no big backs, like excludes just a button. No big backs. 5'2" to 5'9", 110 to 140 pounds. Like, imagine, bro. Then they would never let that fly.
Johnson said this to me, and then I'm going to stop talking because I definitely want to hear from Dr. Drew, but he's like, the world was a better place when men had a harder time seeing boobs. And I kind of wonder.
Okay,
but anyway, okay, go.
My bad.
That's another layer to it. That their men are just, okay.
Too much porn.
So let me just,
that is my question.
Let me quickly clarify the study, okay? Because it wasn't a long-term study. My bad, I misread this. So they did the study in 2009, and then they did the same study in 2018. Yes, so to compare. And this is what they write. So they say, compared to adult participants in the 2009 survey, adults in the 2018 group were significantly more likely to report no penile vaginal intercourse in the prior year, the researchers found. Study participants were also significantly less likely to report engaging in any other sexual behaviors, such as oral sex or, other things.
Anything. Yeah.
All modes of past year partnered sex were reported by fewer in the 2018 cohort. So it is a growing problem.
Oh, yeah. And so we know birth rates are plummeting, right? So people are not
But aren't testosterone rates plummeting? Birth rates are plummeting. A lot of things are going in the wrong direction.
Pairs, they're not falling in love. They're not having sexual encounters. There's some data that shows that the apps are leaving a 5 or 10% zone of men that are having lots of sex, and they're the ones that are.
Yeah. Did you get your back blown out soon? Or was your back blown out in the recent weeks? Is that why you're? Because dude, I'm telling you guys, the top 5% of men are bucking 95% of the women on these apps. I wasn't ever a part of that 5%. But hey, to the guys that were, hey, good on you, bro.
Super users, and they're actually hurting people. They're hurting women. And women I hear a lot from women, where are the men? Where are all the men?
There's a term for that. They're called fuckboys.
Well, you have vilified being a man.
You know why they call them buck boys? Is because y'all are the ones bucking them.
You have vilified it. I have been around the Gen Z and the millennials for quite some time. And what I saw was men fearful of being seen as toxic or trying to rape. They just withdrew. And if God help you if you offer a girl a beer.
I'll take the beer.
I would too.
I'm a married woman.
I have a friend that got kicked out of 2 bars in New York for buying women drinks.
You'll take the beer. You're married, dude. Stupid. We're not talking about you.
2 different bars.
Are you serious?
It's considered predatory.
Wow.
So men are scared shitless. They don't know what to do. then because they're withdrawing so much, they, first of all, don't feel worth. They're being told they're not worthwhile. They're, particularly young white men are told they're bad, they're evil, they're the source of all problems. And they don't develop the skills necessary to
communicate.
communicate,
so sad.
to determine what they want to do. And they turn to porn.
I was going to ask you
And
that.
the porn gives
Yeah.
them unrealistic expectations about everything.
Oh, yeah.
And they sort of take the position like, I'm fine, I got my porn, I'm fine. And for the first time, I did a show called After Dark for a few years over at your mom's house. And I started hearing about, from young men, something I had not heard all these decades talking to young men, the use of prostitutes. They were starting to turn to prostitutes.
Wow.
Because
Well, dude, you got to think. In Japan, it's normal behavior to buck a prosy. That's normal. That's a regular everyday Wednesday, buddy boy. Late night at work, go to the brothels. You know, like, and women don't even consider it cheating over there, and it seems to work.
they had no other option.
Do
And
you
not only
think
that, but OnlyFans, because OnlyFans, especially in
God, these
today's
Australian accents. Earnly. Why do all the O's have R's?
generation, young women
And I know we got some Australian folks that watch. I love y'all, but man, sometimes these accents be killing me, bro.
are literally getting excited to turn 18 so they can create an OnlyFans because
that breaks my
they are
heart.
seeing
Yeah.
other women out there portray this lifestyle. And you know why they're oftentimes portraying it? Because there are affiliate programs attached to OnlyFans where if you recruit other women, you make a
like a
buck
pyramid scheme.
off of
Bro, that diabolical.
Oh,
they
that's
make.
terrible.
It's a pyramid scheme for
Where are
sex,
the parents?
This is the
are the
prostitution.
parents?
No, it's not where the parents. Where are the daddies at? Whole bunch of single mother activity.
Answer
is becoming
to
more
that
and more
question.
normalized. And it's not just that. They're not only buying these women's pictures, but then their managers are messaging them, building parasocial relationships with these men.
The parasocial relationship thing, it's
sick.
huge.
Very
It's
damaging.
sick.
So, Dr. Drew, one last question, because I hear you in regard to culture and how that's changed and how that impacts, relationships in America. I am also curious about the impact of social media and how increasingly people aren't actually meeting with their friends in real life, communicating
all of it.
face to face. So when you don't
100%.
have that, there's like a difficulty in communicating when you're trying to, seduce someone into
all
a
of it
relationship.
speaks of no experience, no skill.
Right.
I remember back in the 90s, I used to be, the hookup culture was the big thing. And I kept
Right.
thinking, you're not happy doing this, I can tell, because you're always drunk when you do it. And I was advocating dating, where you just sit down, enjoy time with somebody, learn who
Right.
you are, learn who to break bread, whatever. Don't have all these expectations on every time you go out with somebody. That needs to come back again. That people need to hang out in person, in flesh with people.
Yes.
A
Well,
lot.
Well, dude, to me, the problem is it's the instant gratification of it all. And then also, regular, everyday, mundane chicks got the same pull as celebrity men. A girl can go out there and post a bikini picture and get hundreds of likes, and all these dudes like, yes, queen, you're so hot, baby. Yeah, you look so good. But then a guy can post a pic and get nothing. You know what I mean? Like, guys don't get the same amount of attention as women do. And we live in an attention economy. So when women get all this attention, it gives them an inflated sense of self, an inflated sense of ego. So they think their value is a lot higher. And what happens when women think their value is higher? They think, oh, I'm successful. Oh, I'm doing better. So that way, then they raise their standards and they go, okay, I won't go for a guy that's here or below me, but I'll go for a guy that's here or above me. Then they attract dudes that are good enough for other women. And once again, if he's good enough for you, he's good enough for a few. Shabbat should have bought a Honda, put it on a t-shirt. So women become prisoners of their own success. And the success also correlates to the validation they get online. It could be success when it comes to a career, when it comes to monetary, when it comes to things that are monetary, right? The money they make, the accolades they achieve, the status they have at work, the status they have at their job, something like that. But it also correlates to the status that they get from the attention that they get online. They think, oh, well, I get all these guys online. Tons of men follow me. Tons of men like my content. And so it's a double-edged sword for them because they're like, well, I'm achieving more at work. I'm also achieving more online. And so they think, oh, I am just some hot commodity, when in reality, you're mid at best. You're just mid. There's just a lot of thirsty people out there. That's why we got to end this freaking simp-epidemic, dude. Stop simping on these women. If we stopped simping, these women wouldn't have this inflated sense of self and ego, but then the job aspect of it would come into play because women are more college educated, so therefore they go get these BS marketing jobs, and they're like, well, I make 6 figures. So I was like, yeah, I mean, maybe you do, but you're freaking putting slides together at work. Bro, when I worked at a company, there was a chick who made slide presentations every week and made 6 figures. I was like, seriously? Slide presentations? That's what she does? She manages a team of people that are grown. Like, how hard is it to manage adults? You're not doing their job. Like, I don't know. But that's why women become prisoners of their own success and men become free agents of their own success. That's why I say, go be the best version of yourself. And if you do that, you will attract women around you, bro. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It was good to have you guys out, man. Until next time. Peace.